Hi, so let's begin from where we had left last with this particular section, with this video, okay? So if you remember, my last video, we were trying to analyze an essay of a student who is stuck at a band 5.5 and is not able to move ahead from there, okay? We had looked at his uh, introduction, and today we are going to look at his body paragraph 1. Before that, let's quickly refresh our memory and see what that question was and how was that introduction done. Okay, so here's the question. In some countries, an increasing number of people are suffering from health problems as a result of eating too much fast food. It is therefore necessary for the government to impose taxes on such foods. To what extent do you agree or disagree? That's the question. Now, here was the introduction that this boy had written. This is a copy of the previous video, from the previous video. Okay. Now he writes, nowadays consuming too much junk food causing an upsurge in the numbers of individuals whom are suffering from some health problems. However, there is a belief that authorities should implement high taxes on these kinds of foods. I vehemently bolster that statement because obesity is the major concern in the young generation. This essay will discuss my verdict and its essential for the lawmaking authority in order to, again, I'm not understanding what is written, this menace. Okay, and we had kind of analyzed, I'll take you quickly through that also. So there were a few grammatical mistakes, one over here, this one. Uh, net, I would say it is quite okay, except for this last one part from here. This part is not making sense at all. And yes, there are some very weird kind of words that he has tried to use. Okay, the so-called synonyms. I vehemently bolster that statement. Okay, and yeah, this is one over here. And I think there was one more. Anyway, so I'm sure that might have refreshed your memory. So now let's move ahead with the body paragraph. Here's the body paragraph. So to commence with, okay, that's a good start. So to commence with, children are more gravitated towards fast food since they are delectable in taste. As a result, youngsters are becoming obese and unhealthy due to the consumption of fast food. And there's a full stop here. Fine. So this, if this is one sentence from here to here, please read it once and tell me, do you understand this sentence? Right? No. This sentence is not making sense to me at least. Okay. Now, a very slight change could have really created a very good two sentences out of this one sentence that he has created over here. And that could have been, children are not more but gravitated towards fast foods since they are delectable in taste delectable in taste. I'm sorry. As a result, now if you would have put a full stop over here and then started this as a new sentence, it would have made a lot of sense and a lot clearer than it is. So let's read it now. Let's read from here. Children are gravitated towards fast food since they are delectable in taste. As a result, and a comma after that, youngsters are becoming obese and unhealthy due to the consumption of fast food. So fast food seems to be a repetition over here, but it's okay. Okay. Then next sentence. Moreover, if taken them frequently, it will cause some serious diseases like diabetes, hypertension, and obesity. If taken them frequently, if they are taken frequently. So it would have been better if he would have written if they are taken frequently. Okay, I lost out on space there. Fine. So if moreover, if they are taken frequently, uh, they will they will cause some serious diseases like diabetes, hypertension, and obesity. Now, let's come to the example. So far, so good. Yes, the sentences are slightly haphazard, but the the thought flow is quite okay. Now, for instance, researchers showed that obesity is much higher in USA as compared to the other nations. Now, where did USA come from? Are we comparing countries, the obesity between countries, among countries? No. So this is an irrelevant example. The example should always be directly related to whatever we are discussing in these sentences. So in these sentences, we have been discussing that children are attracted or gravitated towards fast food because of their taste, and regular or frequent consumption of fast food can create a lot of diseases. That is what we have discussed till now. We did not talk about any comparison between countries. So this example is going to be considered as an irrelevant example. Okay. Okay, let's move ahead now. However, in this era of cutthroat competition, there has to be a comma, though this sentence is not correct. Okay, so in this era of cutthroat competition, masses do not have much time to prepare healthy food for themselves. Now, why did we write like this in the first place? Okay, in the first part, we have been talking about all the negative things that fast food can do. And suddenly, I am like, in a way, siding fast food, or I'm siding those people who are not able to cook. So these are two opposing thoughts put together, which is not correct. Every body paragraph should have one main theme. So if I'm talking about the negatives of fast food, then I should be talking about the negatives of fast food only, and I should not bring in another point. Okay. Now, although they tend to order some junk food as it is very time saving for them, and there's a full stop over here. Now, the sentence ends over here. Now, one thing over here, this sentence is an incomplete sentence. Just read it once. Okay, so although they tend to order some junk food as it is very time saving for them, full stop. Whenever we use the word although, it would always have two parts to that sentence. So ideally, it should have been something like, although they tend to order some junk food as it is very time saving for them, nevertheless, it is unhealthy food. Okay, so that would have been a complete sentence. And then the last sentence, hence there are a plethora of reasons of burgeoning obesity or increasing demand of fast food in a country. Now, where did reasons come up from? Is the question about reasons? No. And again, another very crazy kind of word, burgeoning. Why? Why can't we just write simple words? Okay, trust me, guys, this kind of vocabulary is not going to give you higher marks. Okay, take any of the Cambridge books. Okay, go at the back of it, where all the answers are given. Okay, and read band 7 answers, essays. Please read band 7 essays. You will realize that all the 7 banders, people who are getting 7 and above, use very simple language. I'm not talking about vocabulary, language, which is very, very easy to understand. Okay, they don't use this kind of words, but yes, they do use some words which are absolutely correct for that context, whatever they are writing in, because they have knowledge of that word. Okay, So try to use these words only if you can handle them 100% correctly. Okay, otherwise don't use it. You will end up getting a good band score even if you use simple vocabulary. Do not do this. Okay, all right, let's look at this in a little more detail now. Let me change the color of my pen now. mm, okay, let me turn it into blue. No, that's not looking nice. This one. Okay, this one. Okay. So children are, again, let's go back and look at some more details. Right now, we only looked at the sentences, the structures of the sentences, how they were formed. Okay, now let's look at a few more things. Now, children are gravitated towards fast food since they are delectable. Who are delectable, the children or the fast food? Now, a pronoun has been used. They is a pronoun. Okay, now, but there are two nouns in this sentence, children and fast food. Which of these nouns is this pronoun referring to? Okay, I'm sure you know that a pronoun comes in place of a noun. So whenever we are using a pronoun, there has to be a noun before that. Okay, so over here, if I'm using a pronoun, there are two nouns. So which of these two nouns are we referring to? It's not clear. Hence, this is an unclear referencing pronoun. So this is where I lose marks for grammar. Okay, you have to be very clear. So this could have been something like children are more gravitated towards fast food because fast food is delectable, or because they find it to be delectable. Okay, in taste. So as a result, youngsters are becoming obese, and this is fine. Okay, this we already spoke of. And then again, example we have already spoken of. Yes, this should not be there. Like we have already discussed, that two different thoughts should not be there. Two opposing thoughts should not be there. Okay, yeah. One more thing. The very most important thing is what? In the introduction, this person agreed that taxes should be imposed. But where has he spoken about the taxes? What happened to the taxes? Okay, did he speak about the taxes? No, he only spoke about the negatives of eating fast food regularly. And then in the next part, he said, okay, in spite of the negatives, some people are forced to eat it, right? What happened to my main question, which is the taxes, to which I agreed in my thesis statement in the introduction? I agreed and I said that I agree with this statement that high taxes should be imposed. So, major fault over here is that I have not answered the question. So, hence a band 5 here for this particular paragraph. So we'll have a look at the next paragraph in my next video. But that actually gives me, an idea that we should be doing some videos on trying to understand the questions. Because what I'm seeing from this particular essay, from this boy's language, okay, he's not bad with his language. It's just that he doesn't know how to place the things properly. And I think that must be the case with most of you. Almost 80% of you are having this problem. Your language is good, okay, and yet you know what to do. You know the basics, but you don't really know, how to fine tune those basics so that you hit your required band score. Okay, getting a band 6 or 6.5 is not difficult. Even if you have some very just about decent language skills, it's not difficult. A couple of months of hard work can actually get you there. Okay, it is just that you have to understand how to create your sentences. Okay, how to place them, how to create those ideas and connect those ideas. Okay, now I think it would be good if we have a couple of videos, or not a couple, maybe a little more, of just trying to understand the questions. Okay, so what we can do is I will be bringing up just about questions, let's say about 3 questions per video. We'll have very short videos and we'll go about and try to understand what that question is asking you. Okay, so that you are not confused with the questions. If you want me to do that, please comment below and let me know. Okay, so as of now, I think this is enough. It's become a very lengthy video, and I'll see you in the next video with the body paragraph 2. Let's see what happened there. Okay, bye bye and God bless you.